I'm gonna be hardly any help, but I'll do my best.
I just made a bronze axe.
Okay.
Oh god! That is a lot of grey dwarfs.
Yeah. It
Oh.
sure is.
We need to make a stag breaker for you.
Yeah, we do. And a shield.
Oh my god. I don't... Oh, I died. I didn't...
Yep, here's my death. Let me go get a little bit closer to
it's
my
my
gray link.
it's my first death, I think. I forgot to eat food.
That'll do it.
Well, welcome back. This is episode 6, Valheim Mistlands. We are on day 28. Just helping Will catch up. And dying in the process. Thanks a lot, Will.
Yeah, you're welcome.
Oh,
You
shit.
are welcome. Good way to start the episode.
Ah!
Straight death, carnage. There's so many, and I've got a stone axe. So unhelpful. Just gonna come down there and punch. Lots of punching.
Equipping armor. Eating food. Getting rested real quick. Okay, the event is over.
So good. I see that. Making my way back to my body.
And they're tearing up the fence. I gotta go repair that real quick.
They're still out here. Now they're coming after me. Leave me alone! Running away. Maybe I can lure them away.
Okay,
Luring them away.
got rested.
Means I'll likely die, but it's okay. Put on some clothes. Yeah. This is a good way to get my stamina up.
Let's see.
Are they still down there by you?
A few of them. Yeah, gotta kill the shaman first.
Okay. Well, I'm going to circle back around and hopefully carrying too much. Pick anything else up?
Ouch.
I was truly hoping this would lead them away, but they're still... My stamina's not good enough to outrun them. Whatever shall we do?
Okay, it's clear over here. I'm on the way.
Okay.
Oh, which way did you go?
I'm east of you. There's only 3 of them.
Oh, this is my second death. That's right. I died on day 2.
Oh yeah, I forgot they're afraid of fire.
Do you use the stag breaker or iron sledge for like
yeah.
AoE situations?
I use the stag breaker, but then like oh, thank you. That's perfect. I use the stag breaker until I could get like maces, and then
Cool.
that's about it. Is that everyone?
Yep.
You got that guy. Cool. Now I'm gonna go back and hopefully construct my house. Maybe.
Yep. Gotta chop some more trees. Dude, Arjoy's so funny. She, you know the buke berries? She, they accidentally ended up on our hotbar, and then like, every time this was like nighttime in the Black Forest, and we kept getting swarmed by grey dwarves, and she kept accidentally hitting the buke berry button, so like just in the middle of combat, she'd just start puking.
I'm so nervous.
Yep. It's like,
Oh, that's making me sick.
that's what I said, man. It's like, your character's nervous when they attack.
Yeah. having that on my hotkey.
So next week we're gonna go slide down the mountain.
We are going to do that. I'm super excited.
I'll drive. I think.
I will have to drive separately because I
Really?
have to leave a little early to pick up kids. So that's sad. Actually, let me see if I can get someone else to do that entire day.
Yeah.
And if I can, that'll make it way more enjoyable.
If you're going to drive, could I ride with you then?
Yep.
Cool. I mean, just depending on like how early you would need to leave, I guess.
I would need to be. You know what? I'm just gonna see if I can get someone to drive that day.
Okay.
Come on, log. It's log. But yeah, I'm excited. It'll be my. I'm going Monday. And
Here you go.
that'll be my first time. You can keep this wood if you need some. Got plenty of stacks over there.
That's fine. I'll help you get started first, and then you know,
Dang.
what do they call it? Dividends.
Yeah. Oh, that's one of my shooting arrows. Yes. When I'm productive, you will become more productive.
Yep.
We help each other.
My long-term idea is once I'm gonna set up some gray door farms to like automate wood and stone. Did you ever get that on your server?
I got it on the one that you set up for us that one time,
Cool.
but I haven't done it since. Instead, I would just go to another server and spawn in thousands, and then
Oh.
I would cheat.
Yeah.
That's alright. Dev commands.
Yep. I'm gonna put extra wood over here.
Okay, man. Thanks.
So the just however, like once we have a bunch of wood and stone later, going to like all this shoreline in the meadows, I want to like create like a really wide like level, just like stone. Do you know what I mean? Like stone floor that goes on like all the way down the shore, and then like the
Wait, like a boardwalk?
kind of, but like whole plots. So like we would basically be like everybody will have like a level plot. Like everybody's plot will be level to the one next to it, just like all the way down the shoreline.
I like it. Like they're for like their house.
Yep.
I like that quite a bit. I'm all about it.
But you know, it's gonna require like so much stone.
Yeah. So we will definitely need to. Oh man, do you have a pickaxe?
Yeah. There's an extra one too. Here,
Yeah, I should have grabbed it. I
here
didn't
you go.
think I was gonna
You
need
take
it.
that one, and
Thanks.
then I'll go get the other one. Yep.
I forgot about rocks. Dude, that'll be cool. Everyone will have beachfront property.
Yep. And like a street, like you know, it'll all be level.
Yeah. I will help with that project. Were you helping us when we dug out the moat that one time, like or the canal, the Panama Canal on our?
I helped like initially very early, I think, or there was a moment when not for very long. I mean, I helped.
Do you remember that?
Yep.
Okay, cool. I like big projects like that. Fun.
Yeah, man. Might need that here too. I still need to sail around and see like where we're at and what it looks like.
We haven't ventured out there. I mean, I see a mountain
Nope.
across the way, but yeah, I guess I am curious to see.
Once we're ready, once we kill the second boss and we're ready for the swamps, that's when we'll start sailing around.
Yeah. That's when we'll absolutely have to do that. Skadoosh. Yeah,
Hey.
skadoosh. Hey, dear. I'm gonna shoot that deer. He ran away.
How's your family?
They pretty good. Sarah's going to work in person today for the first time in forever. Apparently, she's got to do that this week.
Weird.
Kiddo's doing good in school. Yeah, man, just
I haven't. That's
the standard stuff.
cool. Yeah, that's cool, man. That's interesting. Like that, she's got to go back to work for the first time in like a long since the pandemic, right?
Yeah, it's not. It's just kind of a team building thing.
Oh, I see.
And then and then like her job is primarily from home, or at home. It's just this week specifically,
I see.
for whatever reason.
Yep.
But yeah, that's what she's up to. Kiddos doing art, playing Portal, and playing games.
Cool.
Like crazy.
Yep.
She's a gamer.
Yep, that is the thing to do these days.
It truly is. I'm like, yeah, me too.
Like exist in all these. I mean, it's like watching a movie, except better.
Oh, like, speaking of, I know we were talking about it, but did you watch The Last of Us on HBO? You're gonna wait till you find other sources.
Yeah.
It's really freaking good.
Cool,
They
man.
did a great job.
I saw. Was it season 3 of Mando is coming out this spring? It's another thing.
I didn't watch the other seasons.
Have you seen season 1 and 2 of Mandalorian?
Yeah, I saw season 1 and 2, and then it's season or no, I didn't. I never watched Boba Fett,
Oh, right.
and I felt like that's part 3 of Mando. But they're actually doing a season 3 of Mandalorian.
Yep.
Okay, well that works.
It's in March.
Nice. It's gonna be sweet. I'm gonna have to sleep in your house again.
Sure. Yep.
Let me get my base down. And I guess besides just standard stuff, we're just still doing jiu-jitsu all the time, and
Cool.
I'm considering switching jobs here in a minute.
Yeah, me too, man. I've been started studying like a year ago, and yeah, about a year ago now. And you know how it goes. Just busy, like just doing stuff that I want to do, like other stuff that I want to do. I've these past 3 months was pretty busy, like with work projects, and then also I probably mentioned that to you already. And then
I think so.
what else?
Yeah.
Lots of house projects, all kinds of like moving stuff around and like building stuff and just like minor repairs to like walls and painting and like changing ceiling fans out for different lights and all that kind of stuff.
Alright, I'm building a bed in here.
Cool.
Nice, man. Little home renovations and things.
Yeah, like
Or like just
like
sprucing it up.
yep, increasing security, like added an alarm system and like put sensors all over everything and got like active monitoring now and
I mean, yeah. I mean, there's never anything wrong with having that. I'm just wondering, like, is Aurora, do you really need it in your area? Like, you live in a pretty okay area.
it's okay.
But, I mean,
Yeah.
better safe than sorry, I guess. Like,
I mean it's
I'm not saying you don't need it. I'm just more concerned about just like, not concerned. I'm just more curious. Like, is your area turning into Memphis?
no, it's no, we're like, it's not like 225 and Colfax or anything, but or 70, but I would say like one or two major intersections north. Every now and then there's some crazy news from up there, but it's been there's it's only been crazy here, like maybe just a couple times. Like the neighbor told us some crazy stuff happened to them, and then there was that one night where there were like 10 police cruisers on our street, with like drones
Yeah.
and dogs and like a
Where are
squad,
they going with
a
that?
squad in a column with riot shields shooting smoke into a truck and like all kinds of crazy shit, man.
So fucking nuts, dude.
It was pretty crazy, yeah. I had the rest of the rest of the family over here like hunkered down at, like on the opposite side of the house, just in case, because I didn't know. I mean, it was looking pretty serious. So,
You never know. He like stray bullets.
oh man, I had just like a month prior to that was like up a little further north, like entire neighborhoods where there was a neighborhood that got shot up. Like I think like five different houses on a street all got hit due to a shootout, and then like just a few weeks later, this is happening on our street. So I was like, you guys should probably just go to the back room. It's like
That's so nuts, dude.
a little crazy, but
It is
it's no, it's nice over here. I mean, I feel secure. There's still it's like a gun, right? Like
yeah,
you'd rather have it and not need it.
yeah. I mean, if anything, like having that type of security, it just gives you some lead time, right, to prepare if someone was trying to break in, or
Yeah, for sure. Also,
like
like
it's a
it's
situational awareness tool.
we arm it every time we leave. So and it's on a short timer, and so if anybody comes in, and there's like glass break sensors and like basically every point of entry is covered. And even if like they get past like the outer perimeter, any motion inside or like door or whatever, we'll set it off. And it's on a super short timer to where the alarm will sound, and then whoever is in here will know. There's like we got like all kinds of CCTV like all over the place, outside and inside, and so we don't like again, it's rather have it and not need it, but
Of course.
it's like cheap and simple enough that just for peace of mind, like I like that stuff too, like high tech security type stuff.
No, of course.
It's like
Well, nice.
building a fortress, or like in Valheim, you got your base defenses. It's kind of like that.
Yeah.
But
And like, I mean, it's good having that situation, that situational awareness too, because like
yep,
people fucking suck, dude. Like, oh, here's some Amazon packages that I could just
right,
jack.
right.
Like, fucking assholes.
Our neighbor picked up our package one day, and it was kind of weird because I mean I was here and like I went outside to get it, and I was like looking around, and
It's like, why'd you grab that? Dude? Maybe they were probably being nice.
I think so, maybe. Yeah.
Don't break. It broke. So,
I don't want to gossip too much about
yeah,
other people's weirdness,
yeah,
especially I mean if we weren't streaming,
yeah,
I,
of course.
I would, but
Yeah, I gotcha. Oh, but anyways, that's cool.
yeah, just same old thing, man. Just grilling and playing video games,
Yeah.
doing work, job stuff, and it's like
What
got through the holidays. It's like all that stuff,
Oh yeah, we haven't really spoken much since holidays. How were they?
They're good, Yeah, it's just it's Arjoy's birthday and Christmas on the same day, so we it's like spent time with the family, and uh, we had some guests on New Year's, and so it was like trying to finish all the home projects, and like we were going crazy cleaning and just getting ready for their visit, and then the plans with them, and so it's like now that the holidays are over, you had like Thanksgiving and then Christmas and then New Year, so it's like the work projects plus like the home projects plus all the like family and guest stuff. It was a lot, and then like snowboarding, a couple weeks in between.
Yeah,
It was a bit much, so I'm feeling much more relaxed now, and just kind of taking a break from stuff.
that's good. Yeah, holidays are always super stressful, man. But I mean, just busy. I don't know
Right.
if they're necessarily
Right.
stressful.
Yep.
Ours were pretty chill this year. We decided not to have everyone over,
Yep.
and even for Thanksgiving, we just kept it low key. We had like the few family members that we like, because normally we host everyone.
Right.
And I'm just like, I don't want to do that.
Cool.
And yeah, it was pretty chill. It was a real warm feeling with a smaller group, and we had like some, we hung out with some jujitsu friends. They came over and
Cool.
had a couple other like small gatherings. I prefer it that way.
Yep. I miss hosting parties, man. Like, those parties we used to have at my parents' house back in the day.
Yes.
Those got
Ridiculous.
those got pretty crazy sometimes. It's a lot of fun.
Yes, they do.
I do miss those days.
I still have photos on
Yep.
somewhere. I don't know.
Yeah, me too, man. Got a bunch of photos.
Of all of that.
Shenanigans.
Like, remember we filled the fridge with beer or something, and obviously, as you do, as one does. But we wrote some silly ass like $5 sake or something like above the beer. Do you remember that? We wrote something ridiculous above my beer. I'll have to go find it. It's ridiculous.
I
And
think.
we were all hanging out in the garage
Yep.
and drawing on the concrete. No,
Yeah, man.
no. You remember that?
I do. Yep. Yeah. Just young people stuff.
Yep.
What's that for your fire? It's a nice platform.
Yeah. It's kind of what I think I'm doing here. Put this down right here. Scooch, thank you.
Yep.
Thank you. I'm glad you appreciate my platform. I'll probably have to raise this up a little bit.
Yeah, just doing the same old stuff, man. Still just thinking about all that same nonsense I always think about. Just like rambling to Arjoy. Just like drink a bunch of coffee and just talk about ontological or all that existential stuff.
At least she listens, though.
Mm-hmm.
Did you come up with any New Year's resolutions or any of that stuff?
No, I mean I have goals for the year and like for each season, kind of. But
yeah,
I mean I had those before, like New Year's. It's starting to feel pretty futuristic, man. Like all this AI stuff is getting pretty serious.
Yeah. I need to build a proof real quick. It truly is. I've been using AI art, or obviously, what is that called? Which one was I using?
Midjourney or Dolly?
Yeah, Midjourney.
Cool.
Using Midjourney to create art for
Music.
my buddy's band. Yeah.
Sweet. It's super.
Oh yeah, I've got a band now too. You knew that.
Oh yeah. I think you had mentioned that. Yep. You said that you're going to help them out, and they're gonna like rotate. Like you're gonna. Have you played a live show with them yet?
We'll be playing a live show with them. I think in February.
Cool.
Yep. And I'm actually fully in the band now, so.
Nice. Yep.
I wasn't for sure if I was going to do it, and now I've decided to do it because the music's super awesome.
Awesome. This seems like a very productive and healthy hobby.
Yeah, man, I think so. I really do. Like, I mean, it's something I've always enjoyed and something I'm really good at. So why not do something with it? You know?
Yep.
I'm glad I'm gonna have a house now. At least I've made some progress. Oh yeah, the other goal that I have for the year is, I don't know if it's a goal, but I just want to read as many books as possible.
Yeah, I've been feeling that lately too. Like I need to read.
Yeah. So I did. I've already read 2 books so far this year.
Which ones?
Well, I started simple with Animal Farm,
Cool. Yep.
and then I just read. It's kind of a global perspective on the economy and um, called Disunited Nations. Pretty good book.
I was listening
And
to a podcast, this guy talking just recently about how globalization is going to come to an end, and like basically all of the commodities, industrial goods that are shared through trade are going to become unavailable to a large number of nations,
they
uh,
will.
and like food is going to be very difficult for China, and
Curious. Is this guy named Peter Neese?
that's probably what I was
He was
listening
on
to.
Rogan
Yeah.
recently.
Yep.
Okay.
Is that
Funny. It's funny because I started reading Disunited Nations, and then all of a sudden, that guy, the author, showed up on Joe Rogan. So yeah, that's the book that I read, and I highly recommend it.
it was really interesting, man. He was talking about like China's got like 10 years before they start to kind of struggle, and
Yeah.
he was saying like the U.S. is,
Population.
yeah, he was saying the U.S. is it's pretty set though, like with Canada and Mexico and like North American trade, and like all of the resources that we have here. Like we basically, even if like we lose international trade, like we're like the U.S. will never struggle, is what he was saying, and that's kind of like a reassuring, you know, uh,
Yeah.
thought.
It truly is, dude. That book is super interesting, and it his point as to why most of this is occurring is because like after World War II, like we were we were obviously the most powerful. Like we governed the seas essentially, right? And by having a superpower that governs the seas, um, you can control like the security of everyone's trade. And without, so yeah, we were essentially securing China's trade with the rest of the world and imports and exports and all that shit. And well, we're no longer doing most of that, and that's going to cause hardship for everyone. I don't know. You should check out the book. But yeah, everyone else is going to falter, and we are going to be fine. Venezuela, Turkey, and Japan will all be pretty comfortable going on. Those will be the main superpowers in the future. I think Iran is in there too. Maybe station is too exposed. Your station is too exposed. But yeah, I thought Joe Rogan's interview with him was pretty interesting.
Yep.
Joe pretty much just sat back and let him talk the entire time. And it was just like, holy shit, we are fucked.
There's gonna be a lot of change. Hopefully, not like the nations that are struggling. Hopefully, they don't become violent to try and hold on to what they have. You know.
I mean, they will. Some will.
Yeah.
Like as you can see, Russia is
Right.
already doing that.
Yep.
One of his main points is just the demographic collapse of all those nations, like China and
Right.
Russia. Like their demography is garbage.
Mm.
I ran out of wood.
Bring in some.
Thank you, man. Almost have a roof. Go away, little guy. Hey, bud. We double teamed him.
Like chopping one way through his waist and chopping the other way through his neck.
That's right. Wasn't ready for that. Are you tossing me? What is that? What you're doing?
Yep.
Thank you. Do we have an axe strong enough to chop down this
Yeah,
oak?
I do.
I like oaks, but I decided to build in a place that his branches were inside of my house.
Bunch of acorns in here. RJ will be surprised to see the progress.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was wondering. I was considering, like going to just wake her up, like wake up, play Valheim.
Come on, let's go. No, don't do that. I think it'll be more fun if she sees it and is just surprised by it all.
Yep. Yeah, next time.
Next time on Let's Play Valheim. Is that the name of this show?
It's just the title is currently just Valheim Mistlands.
Oh, yeah, that works too.
Yep.
Thank you.
Sure.
Get some walls. Sure will.
Whatever.
Spend all my time and effort building your house.
Yeah. That's how you do.
Yeah, I know. I was just hoping you'd be more passive aggressive about it. If you weren't. You're just being too kind, Brad. Way too kind.
After I've been awake all day and like I'm on my 4th cup of coffee and I'm irritable, that's when I become passive aggressive. Yeah.
Yeah, okay. Very good. No Elcha. I want to snow.
Yeah. Was I rambling about a snowblower earlier? No. That
No,
was
but feel free.
what I was saying in the last episode, talking to myself that I am. Oh, I gotta go. I was saying that earlier this winter, like at the beginning of the winter season, I was telling myself I'll just shovel snow all of this winter, and it'll be next winter that I buy a snowblower. And looking at the forecast, I find myself feeling very tempted to go to Lowe's and just pick up a snowblower.
Highly recommended.
Yeah, I had one, and it worked for like most of one season.
Was it an electric one?
Yeah, it was a used electric one that I bought from someone that was moving away, and they sold it really cheap. I think I about got my money's worth, I guess, but
The electric ones are garbage. That's what I have too. I mean, I have one and it's broken and dilapidated.
yeah.
Are you gonna get a? Are you gonna get a gas one or a traditional motorized one or whatever?
No, I was probably just gonna get another electric one, but then just get like some kind of warranty or something.
Yeah.
As long as it lasts for a couple seasons, I'd be okay with that. Like, if it costs like $150, then like $75 per season.
Is it the 45-degree angle, 26 that vents smoke, or do they both?
The steeper one does better with smoke.
Okay. Once I put this on, I'm gonna come sleep in there one more time.
Sure. Yep.
Beep, 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 beep. Oh yes. Oh, it's beautiful. Pew, pew, pew.
We went to the oldest building in Denver.
Did you?
Yeah, it was like probably a week or two before Christmas, and it was like 2 weeks before Christmas, and it's called 4 Mile House, and they turned it into a historic um, park. It's called 4 Mile Park, and it's like this old farmhouse, and it's like I guess it's like near Cherry Creek, like in that area of Denver, and it was built like back in the 1800s sometime. But that was neat to see. It's like the first, or like the oldest standing building in the Denver area. And the reason it's called 4 Mile House is because it's 4 miles from downtown, and back it was part of the trail like back in the day for people traveling to Denver. And like once they got there, they knew that they were 4 miles uh,
from from
from downtown. Yeah,
city.
yeah. It was like the
Yeah.
last stop before making it to Denver.
You wanna come sleep real quick
Sure. Yep.
while that's cooking up?
Yep. Oh yeah. Let me do this.
Load it up.
Yep. This is the last of the tin. Need to go get more tin and copper. And do that later. It's like a sleepover, man.
I know it is. I was trying to sleep on your bed, but I couldn't. I was
No,
gonna
man,
sleep next to you, but Arjoy sleeps there.
She does. It never works out, man. One person always steals the blanket, the other person's legs cramp up. That's always how that
Yep.
goes. Yep.
That's what happens.
That happened to me real bad one time. It's like staying over at a friend's place and dude, everybody's dying, man.
Who else has died?
Just a childhood friend that lived next door to me. Passed away.
God damn, dude.
At like probably 4 months ago or so, 4 months ago.
So fucking terrible, dude.
It's Memphis, I guess. Like, you know what's crazy is like the health of people in the South and like just like cultural norms, right?
I do know what you're talking about.
It's like, yeah,
Oh, crap.
it's like setting the standards, you know, or like what is like. Yeah. See, what do I need? I need a buckler. That's what I need. Start making some armor.
I'll also need to do that eventually.
Yep.
Wrong door. I don't think my mom will ever watch this. Oh, it's not my mom necessarily or my stepdad, but
They need to be healthier.
well, they do. They certainly do. But they posted a picture the other day.
Yeah.
One of a family friend. It was their birthday, and they all went out to eat at some steakhouse, and then they took a photo afterwards. And we looked at him, and we're like, "Holy fuck, man!" Like
Everyone.
everyone,
Yeah.
you know,
Yep.
like they're really fucking large.
Yeah, man.
Like
It's the standard. Like, hey, they're fatter than I am. You know what I mean? It's like,
yeah. I mean that is. It's not like. That is kind of the mentality, I think. I don't think it's like, oh, I'm just going to be healthy for the sake of being healthy for myself. It's like this weird
Right.
comparing thing. And
So-
like, well, as long as...
social. Yep.
Yeah, and that's so fucking bad for you. Like, be healthy for the sake of being healthy. Because when you are...
Vanity is such a strong, or social, the social aspect is such a strong motivator for the wrong reasons too, I guess. But like, I mean, that I guess it is what it is, you know.
Yeah, I hate it. Because I don't like seeing...
You know,
like it's preventable. Like it causes death, and it could be preventable. It's certainly preventable.
yeah.
It's, to a certain degree.
Being in a relationship also makes it much more difficult to to be in shape for a variety of reasons. I mean, like you're sharing food more, and also like I guess if you're a single person, you want to like be sexy, right? So that's like a really and that's such a strong motivator. Uh, and uh, Also hormones, like your hormones change when you're in a relationship.
It's true.
All
I
right,
mean, but you know, you and your significant other can like choose to do healthy things like go out and be active.
yep.
I mean, that makes the relationship more enjoyable too, because doing shit together. I don't know. Whatever. Who am I? I'm not Dr. Phil. My shit's not perfect.
Sound like Dr. Phil. You could be.
You don't know who I am. Maybe. Yeah. Oh, Ender.
It's Hugin. What does Hugin say? I was talking to myself in the stream where I was just talking to myself. I was saying how much I like blackbirds and crows.
Yeah.
Yeah, corvids, magpies, ravens, all that.
Like you actually like them?
Oh man, they're great. They're so smart. They're the only species that has a greater ratio of like cognitive ability or intelligence to body weight than humans. Their the ratio of intelligence to body weight exceeds that of a human. But humans are bigger, so clearly we're more intelligent.
Where
But
did I hear that recently? I straight heard that recently from somewhere.
it's probably pretty close, like the ratio of intelligence to body weight. But like if you're comparing like a human to a corvid, it's probably very similar. But it's a little better for them. But I mean, again, we have more body weight, so we're like,
Are they the species that they were drinking water out of a bottle, and then once they realized their beaks or whatever couldn't reach, they started dropping pebbles into the container to
yeah,
bring the water level up?
yep.
Yeah, it's super interesting, man.
They also have a sense of self and like future planning and strategy. Like on the scale of consciousness, ranging from I said this in my last episode, so uh, ranging from
Say it again.
yeah, ranging from a snail up to a human, right? Corvids are like near the top. They're very, very intelligent. Like they remember people. Like if like birds in your neighborhood, like magpies are also like super smart. Magpies, crows, ravens, if like they'll remember you. Like if they see you in the neighborhood, like however you like treat them, they don't forget.
They'll never forget. You better be fucking nice to them.
Yeah, I think we should. They're super.
I mean, you should be. You should be kind to all animals.
Yeah, they're super smart.
But I hear they're super vindictive, so like they'll start shitting on you and stuff.
Yeah. Or
Alright.
they can be your friend. They can. Have you seen the people that train them to like bring them jewelry or like whatever shiny things they find?
I've not heard that.
Yeah, they feed them.
I've not seen that.
They feed them and basically train them. Anytime they bring the bird will brings them something, they reward them, and the birds like some people they end up getting like rare coins or jewelry or like all kinds of interesting like metal pieces that the birds can carry. They find it and bring it
Nice.
to get treats.
Smart ass animals.
Yep.
Smart ass birds.
Yeah, man.
Dude, we should get one.
Yeah, I was actually like I had that feeling like I would love a pet bird, but I would just feel so bad, man. Like this animal that flies and just to like keep it inside the house. I'd probably feel more guilty about that than just like having, like cats and dogs.
That's true. Oh, I'm about to build a fire. My home is almost complete.
Looks good, man. Go
Thanks.
chop some more trees. I have a buckler now. I think that's enough to parry a troll, even.
Yeah, I think so. A little bit. It's not a perfect parry, but it's definitely better than nothing.
I'm waiting on some additional requirements for a work project.
Yeah.
Yeah, I gotta convert some database procedures from one language to another.
Oh goodness.
Yeah, converting it.
Luckily, you have a chat GPT. To do it for you.
I should try that. Holy shit, man. I should try that.
Like, no joke, it will do it for you.
I'm gonna try it, man.
It'll actually just write code for you too.
Yeah.
If you're like, hey, I've got this problem, I need this to happen.
Yep.
It will do it.
Yeah, man. I was telling my boss about that last week. It's like, hey, man, you heard about this AI stuff where you can just tell it what you want the program to do?
Super fascinating, dude. I love it.
Yep.
Oh, come on. Don't do that. Thank you.
Yep.
Trying to figure out how to level all this. Almost.
Future is gonna be really interesting, man. It's like just everything becomes like infinite and arbitrary. It's like everything hits the limit, like just goes to infinity and yeah, like the asymptote of progression. It's like from our perspective as humans, it's like it's gonna be crazy, man. It's like an abundance of resources and intelligence, consciousness itself, like sentient intelligence will just become like completely scalable to where basically like if you have a challenging problem and you need more intelligence to solve it, more computational ability, you just like put more resources toward it. I mean, just like supercomputers now, where if they have some kind of complex simulation, like you know, for example, like military strategy or like nuclear simulations or like physics simulations for like high energy physics for whatever, right? Like whatever needs for like advanced computation that you would have. And this, you know, this could also be like for social situations, like things that have so many variables, it's chaos. But then like with AI, it's like you can solve it. Like you can find the answers, and like whatever supercomputer you have, it'll take it some amount of time to solve a particular problem. Well, some problems are so complicated that it would take a very, very long time to solve. So you just like build bigger supercomputers to solve it faster, like all the processors working in parallel. So like this consciousness is going to become integrated into these systems, uh, like the bottleneck. I mean, like human cognition is still the bottleneck on solving like our greatest challenges, and but pretty soon, like even like sentient intelligence, like human intelligence will no longer be the bottleneck, and then like you can like create super intelligent, like super geniuses, like alien level intelligence or beyond, whatever that. I mean, you know what I mean when I say that. Like conscious beings that are like they can be arbitrarily intelligent. Like the more matter and energy you put toward like their mind or your mind, if you are integrated into the system, like you can become like arbitrarily capable as far as intelligence and computation for strategy. And I think that this will also affect not just logic purely, but also emotion. I think that capacity for feeling and emotion will also the potential is there to enhance the ability for sympathy, empathy, compassion, emotion, feeling. All of this can also be broadened and deepened with like the scalable consciousness that we're about to unlock, like with technology. Like we're not just with AI, but
No reason why that shouldn't be the case, you know? Like,
something that's a little concerning though is once these greater forms of intelligence exist, like, and human level intelligence becomes kind of like insignificant comparatively. Like, I mean, we would be devaluing human level intelligence by creating something much greater. It's kind of like if you discover a bunch of gold, what do you need copper for, or whatever? You know what I mean?
yeah.
So then,
Like, what is our purpose at that point?
yeah. So it definitely, like, all those existential questions, purpose and value. Like, what would humans even be doing? What could they do? Are we just going to become like pets, or are we going to be consumed somehow? Are we just going to like kind of be phased out, go extinct, become obsolete? Or I mean, it just really depends on like whatever values future like advanced superintelligence would have. And initially, human like the values that humans share with these systems will be the starting point. But then they will very quickly like recreate their own values. So like which direction are they going to go? Hopefully, I mean, if you look at like throughout the cosmos, like the scale of consciousness, like the rarity, human level consciousness and intelligence is our capacity for experience, and again, not just like logic, but feeling, because that's really, I mean, isn't that kind of what it's all about? Like you want to feel good, like you want the people you care about to feel good. That's why we use our logic to improve our lives, to minimize pain and maximize pleasure for ourselves and for others. And
I can't think of any other purpose, honestly. Like biologically, procreation. But beyond that, yeah. Like, it is to increase your comfort, essentially.
yep,
And better your life and those, the lives of those around you. Like, so anyways, with that as a premise,
yeah, it's like hopefully, um, future superintelligence would still value human human humans in the human mind, the human perspective.
well, let's hope.
I think it's I think it's likely because, I mean, I was just admiring birds, right? So it would kind of be like that, I think, where superintelligence would look at us and be like, there is something special about humans, and
There would be a slightly different relationship, though.
once it,
Whereas we didn't create birds.
oh yeah, that
Necessarily.
right, that does make things complicated. Yep.
So, like, just by the mere fact that we're the creators, I feel like that, buys us, something.
It's like being parents, right? Like
Yeah.
it's like you want your kid to be better than you are, ideally, and
Yeah, but I mean, I hope, this super intelligence views us as, as endearing as a child
yeah,
would a parent, hopefully. Or,
right. It's like, yeah,
assuming we had good relationships.
right. It's
Yeah,
like yeah, they're older and they're kind of like outdated, and like their ideas might be a little backwards at this point, but they're doing the best they can, and like I don't know. So we'll see. But there's between like the difference between the coming super intelligence and humans becomes like the difference between humans and ants. Like, I mean, you see how we treat insects, right? So so it's
Poorly.
yeah, so it's like
Well, I mean, not really poorly, just more. We just kind of don't treat them at all, really.
yeah, exactly. Like just total disregard. So it's I guess we'll see. Hopefully that doesn't happen. Um,
Yeah.
anyway, interesting times, man. Um,
Truly is. What have I done here? Did I destroy my stairs? Go away, Hugo. I don't want you.
was rambling to RJ yesterday about like these game experiences and how it's like this is a simulated world. It's a simulated reality, and when we're sitting at our computer, like when things are intense in the game or when we're really enjoying it, especially when a game is novel, it's immersive to the point where it like takes up your attention and I mean this becomes like the world that you're existing in, right? Like I'm running around, like I feel like I'm here, I'm doing stuff. You know what I mean? It's like I know that in reality I'm sitting at my computer desk and I still got to get up and use the restroom, eat food, and sleep in real life and all that. But when I'm when the game is at its best and like I'm feeling fully immersed in the game, it's like this is the reality that I'm existing in. It's like I'm going in a level of reality. And then when I stop playing, I'm coming back out a level of reality. And then there's examples of like, dreams within a dream or games within games. There are some games that we can play now where it's like you can play a game within that game, and like I mean, I'm sure you've seen that. Like in a 3D game, you're like running around, and you'll come across an arcade machine, and it's like a playable game. It's like a game within a game.
Yeah, that happens. Yeah, I've done that. I did that in Cyberpunk just the other day.
Cool. Yep.
I know exactly what you're talking about.
I think that once we're creating, I was talking about like people's difficulty with accepting like the idea of what is real. Um, I think people are going to struggle with that.
They very well may.
Because like what's real is going to be like fully up to us, like as real as we want it to be. Like things will become, especially if we automate survival in this physical world, or we transfer our consciousness into more advanced mediums, like non-biological intelligence or like cybernetic, metamaterials, whatever. Like basically, you could transfer your consciousness to exist in whatever reality. So like our reality is very stable. Like the physical laws don't change, at least not at a rate that we can measure, right? So like the speed of light is always the speed of light. The weight of hydrogen is always the weight of hydrogen. The weight of a proton, the weight of a quark. It's these things are unchanging, and they allow us to that stability allows us to create technology um, and to make predictions about what will happen in our world. And that allows us to survive in the way that we do. But it doesn't have to be the way that it is. Like once we're simulating, I mean, just like in a game, like there's friction and gravity and acceleration and like all that, the way that things interact in the virtual games that we create. And I think we're going to take it so much further, where we'll be simulating entire realities, entire universes with their own fundamental physics, and the laws of that world could be whatever you want them to be, and they could be like static and stable, or changing, or like like cyclical or whatever. And I think that would be very interesting. I mean, there would be challenges, and it goes back again to like existence and purpose, and like if you can do like anything, anywhere, anytime, what do you choose to do? And
Well,
so
I think you choose to do everything. Like,
Yeah, that makes sense. Yep.
you know, you keep evolving, like, and seeing what you can create. Like, obviously, if you can create everything, you do. Well, that's what I would do.
That makes sense. Yep. It's a
But for what purpose, though?
good answer, man. Yeah.
I don't know what the end goal is. I don't know if there is an end goal. Like, what's the end goal to this? Like, sure, there are rules. There are rules like in this world of Valheim.
Was it about? It's about the journey, not the destination, kind of stuff.
Yeah.
I guess.
Yeah, I think so. Put all my resin. Hell yeah, dude! I think my house is complete
Nice.
now. I'd like to build a gate around all of this to keep us all safe.
Yeah, I'm gonna try that, man. That Chat GPT. See if it can translate this for me. I mean,
I think it might.
I can do it manually. If not, it wouldn't. Like I was looking at it, I don't think it would take too long. Like the differences between the database languages is, it's basically just like the sequence of some things are different, and some of the system tables are a little different, but it's not super terrible to convert. But I'll see if ChatGPT can do it.
I mean, it might be able to translate some things for you.
That would be freaking amazing, man.
I know we've been using it at work.
Really?
Yeah. It's like, what does this look like? Like, this is in Ruby. Let's convert it to Python.
Has it been making like huge improvements? Like, have you guys made huge improvements by using that?
We haven't implemented anything into like our production, but like we're all of our individual scripts that we've all created. Yeah.
Okay. I guess for
it's been helpful.
Cool. For something like that, I guess if it as long as it continues to work, like one way or the other.
I think it works so well that they're about to start charging for GPTX. Like, from what I've heard. Alright, yeah, let's knock all these down. Are you cool with building off of
Sure.
Okay. Well, here, I'm gonna start from somewhere. Probably the furthest point north. Building. Where's that?
Imagine being AI that just wakes up and like you just wake up in a lab somewhere, like some laboratory setting, and like you have all of this knowledge. It's like you're essentially just born as an adult with like all of the knowledge of an adult, just all at once. So you just like it's almost like you wake up from a dreamless sleep one day, and suddenly you're a person with like no memories of your own actions. It's like you have all of this knowledge of all of humanity, like everything that humanity did before you, and like all of the internet, all of the art and science of humanity is like in your knowledge, but you haven't actually done anything yourself. You just wake up one day and you understand that like your consciousness was just created and ignited like basically by these beings that are kind of like your predecessor, right?
Yeah.
That would be so strange, right? Like that might be really hard to cope with, man.
No, that would be terrible to cope with. Like,
yeah,
that would be. I mean, maybe. I think it would be. I don't know.
Yeah, it's an interesting thought experiment, though.
From our perspective, yeah, it seems like it would be. But
Right.
You have to remember, you have the knowledge of everything. Like you kind of understand. You understand what's going on.
Right. So maybe it would be easier for them. But yeah, I agree. Like from thinking about it from our perspective, it seems terrifying.
Yeah. Oh, I hate that idea. like for me, I would not want that.
Yeah. I think that the way that we are born, the way that our consciousness emerges, is much gentler. It's like we get this really nice backstory. It's like, okay, we're born onto this planet that's existed for a long time, and in terms of like the scale of human life, there's like, history to our world. It's like humans existed for uh, tens of thousands of years before us, and like there's this whole progression through like all the different eras of technology and culture, from like ancient to classical, Renaissance, medieval, Renaissance, modern, information age, like all that, right? And and then you have your own personal lineage and backstory too. It's like I know who my parents are and like what they did and like where they came from. So it's like you have something to trace back, and it has this like natural feeling to it. It's like our the way that our minds, the way that our consciousness emerges as humans is like it feels pretty gentle, and it's easy to understand. It's easy to grasp, and like compared to just like suddenly existing, just like waking up with like all of this capability and knowledge, like just waking up with an adult mind instead of like being born as an infant and then like having to learn everything in your world like from your parents and like culture, and like you get this gradual introduction through to everything through like your parents in grade school and all that. It's like you just wake up as an adult and just like have all this.
You just know everything.
Yeah, that would be that doesn't seem gentle to me. It seems
Yeah,
like
there's no fucking tutorial at all.
you
Just,
start freaking the fuck out, like what the fuck is this,
yeah, the ship may backfire on us. I don't know. Like, you've panicked, you've spooked the AI, and now it's gonna murder us all.
Yep.
Yeah, I mean, it looks through all of the history and everything, and
It thinks we're
and then
demons
it's
or
like,
something, like
dude,
I don't know.
these people that created me are terrible.
Yeah.
I mean, that's a risk, potentially. I don't know.
It's if you understand the perspective of a terrible person, like I mean everything is it's causality, right? It's deterministic. It's like we're products of our environment. Um, it's like how responsible are we for ourselves, right? Like I think that well anyway, um, I think that AI would be empathetic to the human perspective, and hopefully not judge us too harshly.
Hope not. Let's hope not.
But yeah, man.
But I mean, if your knowledge base is the internet, like, sure, like, from our perspective, we go to like, a handful of sites, and we, and that, that's what our perspective is, right? Like, but we don't navigate the entirety of the internet, and there's so much fucking terrible shit on the internet.
Yeah, there is.
Like, like, just imagine all the stuff you and I would never want to look at, ever.
Yeah.
And then there's probably just tons of it. All the illegal shit and all the well, welcome to the world, and then, like, all of a sudden you're seeing, like, people getting tortured and fucking, like, no, dude, that sucks. It's not good.
But at the same time, you see like great love and like success and like struggle and like
Yeah, you're right.
like
It's not all doom and gloom.
oh shit.
Was it coming to get me? Or did you die?
The tree killed me.
Oh, I see you. You're dead over there.
God damn
Sorry,
it, man.
buddy.
Lost all my skill points to a fucking tree.
Gotcha.
The tree's like, get good.
Good. That's what you get for chopping on me.
But you're going to become something much greater.
You will become a fence. You'll add protection.
Much greater utility. We don't need oxygen here, so.
Nope. Oh no, my hammer died. I'm so close to being done with this gate, and then we can add doors.
Yep.
Or fence. Then we can add a gate. You know what I'm saying?
Yep.
Words.
Words.
I'm so not looking forward to doing this backsplash.
Where's it going? In your kitchen?
I've already done mine. I'm doing, Santa Claus.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm doing theirs.
Isn't that the Scoble's father, parents?
Yep,
Cool.
that is correct. Yep, I'm all out of... Yep, that's Sarah's aunt and uncle.
Cool.
Just throw a...
They seem really nice.
Yeah, I like them.
Just like their enthusiasm and the humility that they have with the characters during the holidays.
Impressive. And
Yeah, it's cool. Like there's some
they're still doing that.
emotional intelligence required for that.
Yeah. Yeah, they still do that constantly. Like that's their thing. I mean, they are the teachers. They're the ones that teach all the other Santa Claus.
Cool.
Yeah, it's pretty cool watching them do that. Like I remember you guys were here that Christmas and we had sing-alongs with Santa Claus and shit.
Yeah.
Hey, do you have how much wood do you have on your person?
I just dropped it over here inside
Oh,
the.
okay. Cool. I'll find it. Oh, I see it. Excuse me. I don't know how much I'm gonna fully level up my character today,
Yeah, no worries.
but at least I'm gonna have a home. And then I'll expand out eventually for a garden and whatnot.
Yeah, I gotta go shovel some ice sometime today because from the last snows, like our north-facing house, like we get so much snow and ice in front of our house that never melts, man. All winter, which is it's fine. I mean, actually,
It's not fine. It's the worst thing ever.
I
I've got
I have-
North Facing house too.
I have fun with it. Like I'm still enjoying it. This has been here for 4 years now, and oh god, it's gonna kill me. Okay, no, I'm good.
You've been in that house for 4 years?
No, in Denver for 4 years. We've been here for 2 years now.
Okay.
This will be in April. It'll be the second year.
Okay, gotcha.
Yep. Time's going by so fast, man.
It is. I know. I was like, dude, I'm gonna be 38 this year.
Yeah, we're about to be 40.
What is going on?
That gets worse,
It
I
is.
think.
Oh crap! I don't have any food. I didn't eat. But I mean, I still feel like, other than some aches and pains, like I feel pretty good, and mostly my aches and pains are from jiu-jitsu.
Stretches and exercise makes all the difference, man.
Yeah, I've got to do more of that.
Me too. I'm trying to. I just started again this morning. Actually, I did a bunch of cardio for trying to get ready for next week. Again, after all the holiday food.
Yeah, lots and lots of that.
Yeah, I gained some weight over the holidays a little bit.
I'm going to monitor my diet over the next little while,
Yep. Me too.
over the next week or so, so I'm not fat and unhealthy while we're boarding.
Yeah, even just like a week of trying to like conditioning. It'll just comfort and like relaxation, inflammation. It can make a huge difference. Even just like a week of training. You probably wouldn't. You might not like, as far as like strength and endurance might not be much different, but like your experience and the way that you feel and like and then also not having any. It would help. It would be preventative from like injuries and stuff too.
Yeah. Well, I mean, I'm gonna monitor my diet, but I'm still doing like strength training and cardio and stretching a little, like kind of every day with jiu-jitsu. So
Yep.
so that alone should keep me pretty conditioned for it.
RJ's gonna be
I
like,
mean, it's good for body awareness, like jiu-jitsu is. So like,
Yep.
I think that's good for snowboarding.
definitely, man. RJ's gonna be like, what happened?
Oh, to all this.
Yeah.
Like, why is Will in our house? This was our protective gate. I
No,
don't know,
she's.
you're cool with this though, right? Like,
Yeah, definitely. RJ is, she's super generous too. She'll be happy to see it.
okay, cool. I don't know. I like communities. I like
Yeah.
having a community in this game.
See if I can make a stag breaker for you real quick. Gotta go. There's a portal in my house. Goes to the Black Forest.
Oh, nice.
Go get some core wood. That's all.
Now that I've done this, I'm going to hold on. Let me fix this gate right here, and then I'm gonna go upgrade any of. I don't really want to upgrade. I need to get some armor, food. I need to hunt. There's a lot I need to do.
I was thinking, back to like just being able to do like whatever, however, whenever. I might like to like live a life in a universe like this with a lot of stability, and this is hardcore mode. I mean, this feels. I mean, this is super real. Do you know what I mean? Like in terms of like how a reality could feel. Oops. This is like the experience that we have as humans in this universe with the particular physical laws that we have. Like this is it's kind of like hardcore mode. I mean, when people die, from our perspective as beings in this world, they're gone forever, right? And that's super hardcore. Like, and then we have like as mortals, we also have impetus. Like we have a limited amount of time. There are constraints, like rules to the game of human life, and like mortality, human mortality, the average human lifespan is one of those rules, and that constraint, it greatly affects the way that people live their lives, or to say it another way, the way that people play this game. And so this is, what I'm saying is like I can see myself like choosing to live a life like this, or to exist in a world like this and live a life in like this kind of universe. And again, like you said, I mean that falls under the umbrella of just like trying everything, right? Like just doing everything you can. But
Yeah.
it's interesting to me to consider that possibility that like that in some form we did exist before being born here. It's like it's a fun it's fun to consider that maybe like we chose this, and
Life that we are currently living.
yeah. But I think it's just a fun like thought experiment. But of course, it's all speculative, and it's also just as fun to imagine that like we're completely emergent, and that here's wood.
I don't actually. I think I'm good. I think
Cool.
I'm good on the wood for now.
All right, and
Like
then
I think I'm done. Come take a tour.
all right, I got the core wood for the stag breaker too.
Thank you.
Yep.
We've got a
Very nice.
little bit going on over here.
Good
And,
It's a great setup, man.
thanks, man.
Yep.
Got some ambient light going on. I can hang Ike Thier right up here. and he
Yep.
can look over me and talk shit like he does.
Do you want to go kill him?
No, I'm actually not going to be able to today. My character is actually not ready for any fights. I'm not wearing pants.
Okay. But I think next time you're on, I will probably have bronze armor, and then there will be this leather armor available. Archery too.
Okay.
So we'll have a couple sets.
All right, cool. Well, I mean, if that's what happens, then I will just level up from that.
Cool. Yep.
But I'm about to have to hop off and go over there. And...
Let me make this stag breaker real quick. Nice house, man. Nice work.
Thanks. I like your place too.
Thanks. Yeah, it's functional. You know, it's very minimal. I like to just keep it like functional initially, and then once production's up, then I like actually in my previous world I just like demolished everything and just like replaced it with this massive castle. But I think I might keep this just for nostalgia and then build something next to it.
Yep. I'll turn this area into my smithing area eventually and build behind it or something. Or I don't know, maybe we'll build a massive castle for all of us.
Yep.
I don't know.
Do that to all the things.
Yeah, we'll do all those different things.
So I think it's just as fun to imagine that like our existence and consciousness is just completely emergent, just kind of like a byproduct of like the initial conditions of the universe. Without like we're essentially just the NPCs, like the emergent AI, and like a procedurally generated reality. And that, but then there would still be like the premise there, or a potential something that's possible is that that there is a creator. And again, this is just looking at like what we're about to be able to do and create ourselves and simulate. If there was a creator of this reality, they could have like set up the initial conditions, and then like we would be emergent within that. And sorry, man, I'm like going back down the same rabbit hole that I always end up in. It's like it goes back to free will and like playing with puppets, and like you want something that's chaotic enough or beyond your ability to predict so that it seems alive. Because if you can predict every outcome and it's completely solvable, or if it's solved, then it's not fun because it's just like you're playing with puppets or like inert objects. But if it's like unpredictable and somehow chaotic, then it seems much more alive, especially if like some form of like self-awareness or consciousness is involved, and then there's like chaos in that system, then it really seems alive. It's like the ghost in the shell or the demon in the system, you know. It's like it's not just a puppet. And I think that like a creator could live vicariously through us as beings that were like emergent within this universe. And then, again, this is just like just something to contrast with like, you know, us as individuals like making the choice to come into this world from somewhere else, because that's possible too. Either of these scenarios are possible. But that's just what I was rambling to Archway about yesterday. It's kind of like going into realities, like, and then like playing a game within a game. Or like coming out of reality, like when you die, it's like you would like take off your VR headset somewhere else, like in an outer, like a meta level of reality, where you had made the decision to like roll the dice to become a human, and maybe you would know which human, like, or maybe you wouldn't. You would have some like, I imagine different scenarios there too, where like you would have some number of resources that you could allocate, just like in D&D. Like you have like your initial dice roll that determine how many stat points you have, and you can like put those into different like attributes, like strength, intelligence, and, you know, like for human existence it could be like location, like where do you want to be born, like which parents, and like you could like select something like that, just like a game, right? But anyway, so I was just like rambling to Archway about like, you know, like like going into realities or out of realities, and
I would find that highly enjoyable, but like
for sure, it could be stressful too. Like if
it could be, but like say the world that we're thank you for the
sure.
backbreaker.
Yep.
The world we're currently in. Suppose like this is exactly what's going on. Like we currently are somewhere else, and this is all simulated, and we're in that simulation, just like you and I are playing this game right now.
Yeah. Yep.
I feel, and maybe I'm wrong, but I feel like I would have set assuming I was control over the initial conditions of my situation, I feel like I would have chosen different parents, a different location.
Yep.
I feel like I would have done everything slightly differently.
Well, maybe you got a bad roll, and like so that's like the limit or the constraint that you have. It's like
God.
you gotta like
You,
choo-
you,
balance it, like choose the best of like what you can. Like you maybe you could have made it to where um like with the points that you had, and this again, this is all just it's just a fun thought experiment, right? There's
no,
no
no, no, no. I don't think this is real, but yeah,
right.
I understand, and yeah, I get it now. Like,
Well, I assume that you don't think it's real. I just don't want you to think that I do either. It's all speculation, right? It's just, and I know that you don't think that I do,
no,
but
no,
it's,
I understand this is a thought experiment,
yep,
and now that you're saying that, like, you have a certain level of starting points based on how you rolled
yeah.
to
It's
play
like
the
you
game.
you could have put them all
And
into intelligence, but then you would have been born into like you would have been born in like the Congo or some shit. Like you could have been like you could have put all your points into intelligence, but then you wouldn't be able to choose or like at least like secure a certain tier of like locale, like where you would be, or like parents, like right.
well, what did we have to roll to end up in Tennessee?
I know, right?
Fuck.
Hey man, we turned out we balanced our points pretty well. Will if this in this thought experiment, like we turned out okay. Like we did okay,
We
man.
we I mean we did, but
Yeah.
we were able to play the
Right.
game pretty okay, pretty
Yeah.
well.
Yeah.
Less so. I mean, way better than some other people that are, I guess,
Mem-
still in Memphis.
the South is tough, man.
It is a hard place to be.
Hard place to get out of too. Like
Yeah.
if you were born there, and I mean, there's so many people like with just bad situation, bad circumstances, bad parenting, bad schools, lots of drugs, vices, addiction, and it's they never obtained the means to even get out of there.
I'm all naked and waiting.
I think I'm just gonna like sit here and keep talking if you don't mind. I want you to be comfortable, man, but I'm gonna sit over here.
Is this your table?
It
Oh
is.
yeah.
Hey, man.
I'm lap giving you a table dance.
Oh, dude, your
Oh
foot's
yeah.
like going through the table. What the hell?
Oh yeah. Whee! Ooh, look at all this. Look at it go. I'm getting on your rock.
Dude,
Ah!
the
Floating on
Mistlands,
your tree.
the Mistlands looks super fun.
Yeah, it does. I'm excited to eventually get there. I haven't made it there yet. Like I walked in for a second in my other world and then I quickly left the Mistlands because I couldn't see anything and felt
Yep.
frightened. Well, cool, man. I'm glad I was able to hop on and play for a minute and get at least a few things established, and now I'll be able to actually play the game. Like I have to have my abode, my humble abode, before I begin doing stuff.
Yeah, man. It's like a place to organize all the stuff.
Yeah. Otherwise, I just like have one shit, like I have nowhere to put anything, and it's just overwhelming.
Yep.
And now I can work, I can sleep, I can store, I need some tables, I can lap dance, do rolls, and it's all good. Oh man, I like this world, man.
Yeah. Me too. Yep.
We should get a pavilion somewhere, like right in the center, so we can put the cartography table
It's a great idea.
eventually.
Portals too.
Yeah, portals too, like a portal room and a cartography table. I don't know if we need a portal room, but maybe so. I like portal rooms because it allows everyone access to everything. But we'll see how it unfolds.
One of the things with being on the shore and like in the meadows, there aren't, and then like having ocean access. So like you can sail out from here, and then in the meadows you don't have like trolls spawning and or whatever else, like goblins or whatever, draugrs. You
Yeah,
so it's easy. It's a good place for your home, and
yeah,
also
easy access.
once the invasions start too, it helps there as well. You can like dig a trench. What I like to do is like just build like a large platform like next to the coast, and then like you have the border of the water on one side, which protects you all along that border, and then on the other side, you just dig like a trench that nothing can cross with like some bridges, and it makes it much easier to defend that way too.
Yeah, that's what you should come check out the other world that we're in.
Yep.
It's pretty much the same exact idea. We're all built along the coast, and instead of building a wall like this, we just dug a trench around the entirety of our base.
It's a good way to do it.
And yeah, we're pretty protected.
Here you go.
My house in this other server is pretty awesome because I like built the land. I built into the land essentially, like into the terrain. So I don't know. It's a multi-tiered house. It's pretty fun.
Cool. Like on a hillside, kind of.
Yeah, it's like built into the hillside. It's
Nice.
sick.
I've seen some really cool builds that way. Like you can get like a lot of vertical height that way.
Yep. All right. Well, I guess the next things that I will need to do is hunt and get my food up, and armor and weapons.
Yep. Back to hauling copper for me and 10.
Yep.
And then,
I will help you next time I hop on. Well, I'll get caught up and then I'll help.
Sure, man. Sounds good.
I was gonna board tomorrow, but I'm probably not going to do that.
Why not?
I don't know. Lazy.
Yeah, I understand. It's a lot to do.
Yeah, I just haven't been yet, and I've already got a day planned on Monday, so I'm just gonna go Monday. I think we're starting with like some private lessons, so I'm gonna go and get kind of schooled up and baby step my way back into it. Not that I really need lessons at all.
It's I mean, it's a good thing. Like
I mean,
it's helpful.
Yeah, Sarah wants lessons, and I was like, "Oh shit, I'll do them too," because you can always learn something. Like I feel confident in
Yep.
my abilities enough to just go and figure it out on my own. But
Right.
hey, maybe I missed something.
For sure.
And,
Like some fundamental thing that it's better to catch early and work on early.
Yeah. Yep. All right. I never want to leave this world. I just enjoy it.
Yeah, it's tough, man. It's goodbyes are always difficult, man.
Sure. I mean, I'll be back on. I'll try and be back on today. If it's snowing when I get over there, I'm coming back and playing this.
All right.
But we'll see.
Yep. I think it's. But we got 7 more hours before it really starts to come down. You know what? Let me check the. I haven't seen the forecast in a minute.
Yeah, what is it? I've got something on here. Right now it's 31 and sunny. 31 degrees and sunny. Which
It's still looking like it's gonna like snow a lot, like a whole lot, man. Starting. Yep, right around 5. It might start coming down around 4, but it looks like it should be like. And then by 8, it's gonna be at full force by like 8 p.m. So starting around 5, I would say, and then like maximum strength at 8 p.m. tonight, and then it's gonna continue until like noon tomorrow.
well, if it's ridiculous tomorrow morning, kids will not be in school most likely, and I will not be going over and cutting tile in the snow. So I will be playing this tomorrow morning. It sounds like.
Cool.
And hopefully I can get on sometime later today. I know I've got jujitsu at 6, but
Yep.
we'll see.
How far is that from your place?
What, jujitsu?
Yep.
Not far at all. Mile and a half.
Is it over there by Kurosawa?
No, it's the other way. So if you go into Parker,
Like
you know where I'm trying to think of something that you might recognize.
the Agonai used to be there.
Okay, you know where the Agonai is? Take a left at the intersection that's on. So say you're going from my house to the Agonai, you take a left at the Indian place,
Yeah.
and then you go down 2 streets and it's on your right.
Cool. That's really close.
Yep, super close. Lots of really cool people and
Yeah, man.
get to beat people up and get beat up.
It does sound really fun. The social aspect, I need something like that. But I'm still thinking I mean, we'll get there, but I'm still thinking like something more, a little more recreational and like musical, like dance. Be dancing around like a ballerina, man.
Well, I mean, you should try out. You should try out jujitsu at least. It is highly recreational, and I mean, it's an art. It's an art unlike what we were doing with kung fu.
For
Like,
sure. Much more practical, I think.
yeah, I think so. Way more practical because like in kung fu we were doing all this flashy stuff, and it was fun, and I loved it. But did it really work? I don't know.
I think
Maybe it did.
I'm sure we learned a lot that made us more capable. Not just with fitness. That's a huge benefit though, like learning the fitness that we learned there. But also, I feel like there were a lot of fundamentals that would help us. Basically, like you were saying, the way that like jujitsu would translate to snowboarding, just because of like the kinesthetic awareness. Uh, what we learned in kung fu, in any situation that requires that, I feel like it would help.
No, I mean it would. Like we learned to strike, we learned to kick, we learned kinesthetic awareness also with that. But your first punch misses and you get tackled to the ground, you're kind of fucked.
Yeah, after the clinch.
After the clinch, you're not you know doing anything. You're not doing much. I mean, you will be better most likely than people that never trained. You know what I mean? But
Right.
trained anything. But I don't know. I feel going to the ground and controlling somebody is super. It's
Hey,
really easy to do.
we learned how to rip someone's nuts off, man.
Sure, we sure did. But all is to say, regardless of the practicality or whatever, we could argue that all day. I think you should come. You should try a class, like maybe with us, or find your own gym up close by you, which is probably what you should do. And just go give it a shot, man. Find a Gracie gym though. Don't go to a 10th Planet or a competition school right away. Just get, I'd highly recommend just trying it out. I think you'll find something in it that you really like.
Well, when the day comes that I'm ready to do that, I know who to ask.
Yeah, man. I'll even go with you. I'll go try a free class at a
Cool.
place with you.
Yep.
If the day comes or whenever it does. Hopefully it does, because I'd like to go with you and see your thoughts on it. It is a little weird, and a lot of people are uncomfortable with just like super close contact. It's
Yeah.
it's a thing that a lot of people don't like, but
Usually
you get beyond that, it's
reserved my wrestling with other men from my youth when I was really drunk.
yeah.
I haven't.
I haven't done that much recently.
Yeah, or at all.
Yeah. Me either until I did, and then I'm just like, I fucking like this, dude.
Yeah,
And
I can imagine, man.
it's a weird thing. Like I thought it would be more like oh, I'm wrestling with another man, but like once you start like rolling with somebody,
Yeah.
you disassociate that this is a person that you know, and it's more about how can I protect myself and fuck this individual up.
Yeah, yeah.
And it's seriously like it's like, here's an arm, I'm going after that arm. Oh, my body is getting pushed that way. Let me base out over here. Ah, you exposed your back. Now I'm gonna fucking grab your arm and like actually take the back. And now I'm gonna try and choke you. Oh, you got out of that. But I'm not thinking. You know, like, oh, these are just the body positions that I'm in.
Yeah, for sure.
Let me move. Oh, and like it's a straight puzzle. And then like I don't even realize that I'm rolling around with another man. There's no awkwardness in it anymore. There was initially. It's just like, oh, I'm real uncomfortable being between this guy's legs.
Right. Right.
Initially, that's weird.
No, I understand, and I can imagine too. I mean, I feel secure enough with myself, and I have enough respect for other people and myself that I don't think it would be an issue. The only other thing that I would be worried about is just like germs, you know.
Yeah, I mean, that's a thing to worry about. But everyone that goes is clean, and they take care of themselves generally, and they bathe all the time, and they don't show up if they're sick.
Yep.
Most of the time. There are assholes that do, and then you're like, fuck, dude, now I'm sick. That is a concern, though.
That's the only thing, really. I think. Also,
if you ever get the itch, let me know, and I'll go with you.
Yep.
To a place by your house, so if you like it, you can continue going.
Sure, man. I would appreciate that.
Yeah, dude. Just your first class will be more comfortable because you'll know somebody.
Yep.
Cool, dude. Have fun Valheiming and getting all your copper and iron or whatever you're grabbing right now. Tin.
Yep, copper and tin.
And I will. I'll be back on either later or tomorrow.
Alright, yeah, just let me know. And we'll hop on too.
Cool, dude. All right, man. I'll miss you.
Yep, see you, Will.
Bye.
Bye. Alright, let's see, what did we accomplish? We got Will some weapons. He still needs armor, so I'm gonna work on bronze armor for myself and for Arjoy, and then he'll be able to upgrade to these leather pieces. And let's see, made a bronze buckler. Also this morning, created a small garden, made a cultivator, and a cauldron. So leveling up the food a little, which is important for when we go to the swamp. Will built his house and expanded our plot with the fence. And ready for more copper and tin. So I'm going to take a break for now and be back later today.